Now, your Alaska Link weather for Juneau and Southeast.
Good evening. We have made it to the halfway point of this week, and it has been a very summer-like week where high temperatures have been staying above normal by 5 to 10 degrees. Several of our days hitting the 70s, and today we were back into those 70s as we had another day of that gorgeous sunshine. Now, as we head into our Thursday, we are looking at still above normal temperatures from low 50s to those mid 60s. But what we're seeing here for our Thursday is that sunrise and sunset. This is the day where we have the greatest amount of daylight. We only gain 4 seconds here as we head into our Thursday, but we sit at just around 18 hours and 16 minutes of daylight, a 3:51 sunrise and a 10:07 sunset. We see that the sun angle is at its strongest into the northern hemisphere. Will officially ring in summer at 12:50, and then the pullback of that sun angle to work back towards the equator into the fall and then into the southern hemisphere into the winter will be in place, and that brings us that decrease in daylight. But what we see is that we're now at this time of the year where we've had so much daylight to work with now in the spring that we've warmed up our surfaces, we've melt down that snowfall, so we still keep summer-like temperatures for a few more months before we start to cool down. But we are noting here as we head into our first day of summer is that we have some gradual changes. Now, we're generally still dry for our Thursday, but best chance when it comes to rainfall will come Friday night into early Saturday morning. Now, I say best chances, it's still not looking like a total washout. Definitely some increase in some of those denser clouds, at least some areas of accumulation, and then we'll battle some waves of energy that will keep us with some shower chances into next week, which is also going to influence a cooler temperature trend. Now for our Thursday, high tide 12:07 into the early morning there just after midnight, and then high tide just around about 1:30 into the early afternoon. We step into our Thursday as mentioned with a high of about 65, so staying above normal, light winds, and we'll mention an isolated shower. Definitely looking at some chances to still have some blue sky around as we start off the day, but we'll start to see that better cloud cover is going to continue to spread in. We can see some of this banding feature that might allow for a stray shower too. So we see some moisture uptick with that increase in cloud cover. By Friday morning, there's that first push of some showers there as we move our way into that forecast, which we note that as we look at the accumulation, it's not expected again to be a drenching forecast. We see a few hundredths of an inch, upwards of even a tenth of an inch. So nothing that's expected again to be drenching, but that turnaround after dealing with some gorgeous weather the last few days, we are expected to turn back to some of those grayer skies with some showers. Now we note that as we keep some areas of sunshine, that will allow for us to stay at least above normal, looking at much of the panhandle here climbing into those mid 60s. So still feeling summer-like. Now as we head into Friday, again, still not too bad for temperatures as we have the pull of that Pacific moisture, making it feel mild even though we return to those showers. But then the slow downward trend of those temperatures will take hold as we stay with some showery conditions into next week.